Hello out there, and welcome to the Danny
And Riana Show. This is Danny Pena, Rihanna's husband.
and this is Rihanna Manuel Pena, Danny's wife. Danny, there
Yes.
are more Americans moving abroad than ever before. Dun
Are you
dun
surprised?
dun.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. People want
Hey,
change. People want change. I don't
they
blame them.
they got us. We're doing it. We know a lot of people who are doing it. We know a lot of people who are doing it very quietly.
Very quietly,
as
not
well.
saying anything. You know what it is? I tell you what it is. Too many opinions. Too many people have something to say about it. Like, no, just do it. If you want to say it publicly, hey, go for it. Like we did. We're talking about it. Nothing is changing us. We were gonna do it.
I say do what works for you. If you like to move in silence like the G in lasagna, go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But this episode, we're going to get into a little bit of what's happening, the data that proves it, because we feel it. But is it really happening? The answer, spoiler alert, is yes. And a little bit of the where people are going and some of the why, which we've talked about before. But I'd like to explore a little bit of why other people are moving. So you ready to get into this episode?
I am ready. I know we talk about this every day, so I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Let's do it.
Let's get into it. So recently, a bomb dropped from Census.gov. Whoa! It turns out, for the first time since the Great Depression, this was 1935, the United States has flipped from positive migration to negative net migration. This was in 2025, and the data from Census.gov, if you'd like to go there, Danny, I don't know if you have the site pulled up. I sent it to you.
You sent it to me where? Sorry.
In WhatsApp. Sent it to you in WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, I got it. Let me do this right now and set it up.
We'll pull up the chart. We're doing it live, folks.
We're doing it live.
In thousands, this chart shows you from 2020 to 2026 projections, 2025 actual numbers. If we can zoom in there for the YouTube viewers, we are looking at a constant increase in people who are living here over year to all of a sudden 2025, we see a huge dip. And what we are seeing is a lot of different factors coming together, converging, if you will, into this place being less accessible, less desirable, less whatever, compared to the rest of the world. So the net international migration is the data that we're looking at in this chart from the census. We'll talk about some other data in a second. It peaked in 2024 with 2.7 million people net being added to our neighborhood, our larger neighborhood. And it declined from 2024 to 2025 by more than 50%. It went down from 2.7 million new people down to only 1.3 million new people. Now, that's still a lot of new people.
It's a lot.
But for 2026, it's projected to go down even further to just over 300,000 new people. Now, going from almost 3 million to 300,000 in 2 years is a huge impact on lots of stuff that happens here, right? And that's not just individual people. That's families. That's workers. That's taxpayers. That's the kind of people that you want to be added to your population, as inevitably your population declines due to age, immigration, which we'll talk about in a second, all kinds of reasons. So you always want to be adding new people to the party. We talk about this in the gaming space. More people to the party means more of us can play together. But it looks like that's getting to be less and less in the United States.
Yeah.
So first off, I'll pause there. Any quick thoughts about our number expansion getting a little bit less aggressive over the last 2 years?
The 300,000 the decline for this year. That's just now. We're like in mid-year. I could imagine that increasing even more
for next year's.
For next year, by the end of the year, probably we'll learn more about it, or early next year. That's, I mean, I'm not shocked. I know a lot of people are probably going to feel the same. And here's the thing: I think a lot of people want to make this move to live outside of the country. They just don't know where or how. You know, a lot of people will find new information through the news, like, oh, it's not safe and this and that, which most of the time it's not true.
Yeah,
But
well, and it's
yeah.
interesting you bring that up. There's actually an article that dropped today. Again, we're recording on June 16th,
Mhm.
from moneywise.com, saying the ultra rich Americans specifically are turning to a $40 billion industry, helping them leave the United States.
Yeah, I'm actually
So
gonna post that right about now.
yeah, so
This right
we are
here.
seeing more, not just people, wealthy people in the United States leaving. Some of the reasons are lower expenses, better taxes, simple, more peaceful life. I know that's something we're looking for. Giving you some stats, the the Swiss bank UBS spoke of the largest private wealth migration in history. Woo. With
Mm.
44% of their billionaire with the B clients under the age of 55 are moving within the last 12 months. That's a lot of money leaving. Just saying, that's a lot of big money people leaving. And then the net worth of millions of people that moved to another part of the globe from here has more than doubled in the last decade.
Mm.
So that's big. These are things cutting in half, things doubling. This is big. This is seasonal changes, yes, but this is also lifelong impact, right? And not only that, this moneywise.com article is talking about this new industry that has been created literally just to help people leave from here to other countries. And we've seen some ads for this. Obviously, this is in our algorithms. We've been looking at um, emigrating with an E from the United States for years now, and we're doing it. We're in the process at the moment. But there are whole services, whole industries, whole companies now that help people figure this stuff out. Obviously, we're part of that. We're not saying we're experts. Obviously, we still haven't done it yet, but we are looking at other creators who have done this move or similar moves, looking at their advice. Like, what documentation do you need to get figured out before you leave? How do you find a good moving quote? What do you need to do when you get in a new country? Like, all of these things that we're learning, there are whole companies and businesses that help you figure that out too. We have done it on our own so far. There are some experts we've consulted with here and there, but
Mhm.
it's like literally a $40 billion industry now just to help people figure out how to leave here. So you're asking all the right questions, Danny, when you say like why are people leaving or where are they going? There's actually some data on that too. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I would love to hear more. Can you send me the link too? I could post it here.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Go.
So a new-ish article dropped from the Wall Street Journal, entitled "Americans Are Leaving the U.S. in Record Numbers." And if you don't have a Wall Street Journal subscription, you may not be able to read this whole article, but I'll give you the gist of it. Essentially, these big picture numbers, again, the hugest immigration reversal or negative migration reversal from 1935 is now upon us. And the drop off is down drastically. And we are looking at an exodus of about 180,000 US citizens just in 2025. This is just based on a handful of countries, like the top 15. It's probably much higher if you look at the whole world. Like, for instance, I don't think Dominican Republic was on the list that they surveyed.
Mhm.
So, according to Gallup data, everybody's heard of Gallup polls here, about 20% of Americans now say they would like to permanently relocate overseas. That's double from what it was in 2010. So, in 10 years, it doubled.
Oh.
Even more striking, when they asked just American women, that number goes up to 40%. So, a lot of people expressing desire to just bust out of here. Obviously, students abroad get kind of murky because they're expected to come back at some times, which sometimes they do. But where are people going? Where are the numbers looking better in the other global direction than it does from global people coming here to the US? Ireland is up on this list. The number of Americans moving to Ireland more than doubled in a single year. 1 out of every 15 residents there was born in the US. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
One of every one out of every like dozen and change people is United States born. The United Kingdom saw a record high in 2025. That's a 42% increase from the previous year, almost 9,000. For Portugal, and we know a lot of people who are looking at Portugal, maybe specifically Lisbon, and that city the Americans are grabbing up real estate, that there's now people fighting against it. Like, it's actually, you're hearing more English spoken than Portuguese. There are some gentrification conversations that need to happen around that. Mexico is a big destination for retirees and people who are entrepreneurs. They are specifically looking for low-cost assisted living and nursing homes there. Bali, Colombia, Thailand, a lot of places that were on our list as well. Lots of digital nomads there, people who are working for U.S. companies, but living, earning U.S. dollars and living in these countries. Again, looking for better housing costs, better cost of living. But again, there's some gentrification conversations about the local community and how they're benefiting that need to happen around some of those places. So going back to kind of like the why, a lot of the U.S. citizens are saying that the younger families, remote workers, and retirees just can't deal with this increased cost of living, housing, healthcare. Specifically, if they live in another place, a lot of times the healthcare is public. They don't even need to consider that cost as part of their family calculation. So again, not getting into politics or why this stuff is changing, it is becoming less and less desirable to live in America. And the data shows it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's getting worse and worse. Like, the numbers are just declining of people actually leaving. And now
And
also
less people coming. It's
coming
both
in
at
too.
the same
That's
time.
both at the same time. Yeah. For different reasons. We're not going to get into that, but I think from our side, we just want a new life experience, something different. Especially having kids
Yes.
here, that completely really changed our minds of like living in the United States, and I prefer for us to live outside. Look, we have a couple friends that moved to Europe, and their son, has also been living there for a couple of years now, and they love it. It's been great.
Love.
Their son is having an amazing time, learning a lot about the culture, different people that live in Europe, and just the lifestyle completely changed. You could tell by the pictures, seeing them together as a family in this place in Europe. You could tell it completely changed. They don't look stressed as before over here. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus their kid glowing. I could tell.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's not
Yeah.
only Europe. It's just a lot of other places besides the United States that people could live. For us, we've been doing research now for the past couple of years, and there's some places where they're very strict on visas, and in order for you to get a job there and so on, you have to do research before making that move. But for us in Dominican Republic, we don't have to deal with that. It's not as strict as in other countries, and also for us, it's closer to the United States for us like to do business trips and so on. We're actually in the middle between Europe and the United States, so it's gonna be a lot easier for us to travel, and there's other things too that I like. But plus, who doesn't like Caribbean weather?
I
mean, come on.
Go to the beach every weekend.
Exactly, right? Exactly. But yeah, it's I'm not surprised, right? And here's the thing: usually, the United States government will give you the stats on that, right? Of like how many people have been coming in, how many people have been leaving. For the past year or two, they haven't really been talking about that at all. Like how many people actually leaving the United States, Americans.
Yeah.
We haven't seen no numbers about that yet,
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I have some older data from 2024. This is from the Association of American Residents Overseas, or AARO.org.
yep.
And they have a couple years old data that estimates about 5.5 million Americans live abroad. They pull this from all kinds of data. Like there's Pinto's estimate, there's the Federal Voting Assistance Program. They combine a bunch of different estimates that range anywhere from 3 million to 9 million. Like who knows? Because people leave and then they don't respond to surveys and you don't even know where they are. But it's a lot, right? It's a lot of people, almost 6 million estimated people from here, Americans, who don't live here no more. And they're about to be 3.5 more. There'll be 4 more. Technically, our son will have a United States birth certificate and passport, of course. But he will be abroad, and
Yep.
and we'll come back and we'll visit, but this will not be where we spend most of our days no more.
No more.
No
And
more.
if we do stay here, it'll be for a couple of weeks, and we're out.
Yeah.
We're out.
We'll be visitors.
Exactly.
Like when your kids leave the house and, you change their bedroom to a workout room, and then they come home and it's summertime and they're like, Mom, where's my room? And you're like, girl, I needed a workout machine to be in there.
And look, there's going to be things that we're going to miss, of course. I mean, everybody will say the same thing, but I think it's going to be worth it for us and other people that have been also living in the country, So I highly recommend for you guys to watch CNBC. They have these video series of people that actually move out from the country, and either they create a job over there or they start working at a different country, and they talk about like their lifestyle, how much has changed since living the United States. And it's a very, very good series. I highly recommend it. One is Make It. I think it's called Make It.
CNBC Make It. I think it's its own channel on YouTube.
Yeah, CNBC Make It. And there's other ones too that I forgot the name of the series, but it's part of CNBC where they show them leaving and moving to the country. Now they're living at a different place, and they show like how's it been for them living in that area.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us and why we want to share our journey on this channel is like it's possible. Like we started off talking about a glimpse into the games industry and what it's like to work in it, and now it's turned into how we move our careers in the game industries bigger, right? It's not leaving the United States, it's just adding more to what we do here. And it's possible. That's kind of like the through line in the message, that there's so many different versions of our lives that we could live, and this is one that we're really excited to start flipping over to. But I understand for folks who don't feel like they have the resources or don't feel like they have the flexibility or they have a lot of responsibilities here, it can be really tough. It's not for everyone. Obviously, 5.5 million is not every American. So like, we're not saying the whole country should just flee. We love America. We love the things that happen here, the things that are only possible here. There's just more that we want to add to our life experience. So we're excited to see that there's not just us that are thinking that way. And honestly, that makes me feel really energized and kind of like pumped up. Like, yeah, this is like a little community that we're joining, and I'm excited to see who's in it.
Yeah. Anything else, Ree?
That's it. If you got a dream, freaking go for it. A lot of people are these days, because why not?
Why not? Yep.
Why not?
And also, before we wrap it up, make sure to go to our YouTube channel if you like this type of content. We need your support. Subscribe, like this video. It would take a couple seconds of your time. Also, if you're on any podcast app listening to the content, make sure to subscribe and share the content. That will help us a lot. Right now, I believe we're like 880 subscribers. And we want our goal right now to hit 1,000. Hopefully we could even go higher before we leave. Before we leave to Dominican Republic.
We're close to 900. That's exciting.
Yeah, so please
thank you all so much.
We need your help. Let's help us make this dream come true here, for us to hit 1,000 subscribers or more. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening or watching the Danny and Riana Show. Until next time, we're out.